Hi, everybody. It's Marta again with the theme of Resiliency in Action. I'm a candidate for Boulder County Commissioner and a previous resiliency specialist with the city of Longmont. I'm getting a lot of questions and there's a lot of information out there in regards to the CARES Act. And so I have invited Ricardo Cabrera with the Latino Chamber of Boulder County to join me today. He's on the board of directors to talk about what's happening from that perspective regarding small businesses. So Ricardo, thank you for being with us today and sharing some of your expertise and definitely your time right now during COVID.
Thanks for inviting me, Martha. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So first of all, let's talk about the Latino Chamber of Boulder County. What's the mission? What do people need to know for themselves and or even share with their neighbors and community right now?
Sure. Well, the Latino Chamber of Boulder County it's a non-for-profit whose mission is to build, strengthen, and promote the interests of Latino businesses. We strive to maximize the Latino economic development and job creation through advocacy and programs. And really what we want to do is to generate success and value for Latino businesses and every other business, because in reality, our businesses, the Latino businesses, and the rest of the community businesses, we work in tandem. One's not going to succeed with the other. So even though we are a Latino chamber, we welcome everybody, and by helping ourselves and helping everybody else, we're elevating the economic development structure for everybody.
Excellent. Great. Thank you so much. So let's get into the CARES Act. And there's so much information out there. We were talking about that a little bit offline. And so part of the Latino Chamber and our job as community is to make sure we get people to the correct and precise information. So, really basic, let's start with, what does the CARES Act mean?
Well, literally, the CARES Act means the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. In short, CARES. And it's a law. It's an act that was signed by the president just last week, and it's starting to get rolled out now. And its intention is to help small businesses, all businesses, but there's a big section for small businesses, get through this difficult time of our economic downturn. If you want to call it that way. I can tell you in short. To simplify it, because there's so much chatter out there. That's one thing that I've noticed in the past week. I mean, information is changing daily, and information from 3 days ago is not current anymore.
Right.
And then you have all different kinds of groups throwing out their opinion of the same four main loan programs that the SBA has put together. So if I could simplify this for everybody out there, is basically you have four different avenues of money available to you through the CARES Act. They all work in tandem, and they're intended and meant to work with each other to get us through this difficult time. And you have a Payment Protection Act, it's the first one, or a Payment Protection Program, commonly known as the PPP, which is intended to help us get through payroll for the next 8 weeks. It's a short-term solution. You have a bridge loan, which is fast money for people that need it now. It's up to $25,000. You have number 3, an economic injury disaster loan known as the EIDL loan. That one is a midterm loan. It's a little bit bigger money. And if you're already an SBA customer, so if you have a loan with them already, there's a program out there that allows you to postpone and get relief for the payments on that loan that you have already. So there's these four basic loan programs, and they're short-term, mid-term, long-term monies for you, and they're all available for us. Now let me put an asterisk on that. There are rules for them. It's not just free money. There are loans that you have to pay back. And each one has their caveats. So, it would be definitely important to understand how they work and what you're in for. I mean, one of them, for example, has a forgiveness part of it, which is really good. You can get part of it forgiven if you follow their guidelines.
Okay. And I think that's the important mentioned that there's the 4 different programs out there. Everyone needs to understand what the difference is. And for the majority of it, it is still a loan. And so we need to be really cognizant of what are those terms and ask the questions and use resources like you and the Latino Chamber to make sure that we're getting all of that information. So then the last question really would be for public who's watching and who's interested. Okay, I just heard that there really are 4 programs. How are you suggesting our community gets the information? How do they apply?
Yeah, Martha, the easiest and the best way to get information and apply is to go directly to the SBA website. That's sba.org. In there, you're going to find current and up-to-date information. And you can also even go there and ask for help. They have a section where you can put in your name and your phone number and your business and some basic information, and they'll have one of their experts call you back and advise you and help you with your questions. You know, guide you through this 4 loans and which one might be best for you and how to apply and so on.
Okay. I think that's great. And this is, you know, just the real basics and making sure people understand that there are some different programs. You've shared that with us, and I appreciate that and your time, and certainly the work that the Latino Chamber of Boulder County is doing for our communities. So I want to say thank you. And as things change and as things evolve, let's keep connected and keep sharing good information with community. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Martha.